Like, going back a good few months ago, yeah, I went swimming with my kids, yeah. I took my kids swimming, yeah. Do you know, I felt, I couldn't even really put it into words, but the word that I can actually use now, yeah, is upset. Yeah, honestly, you know, when I walked into the changing rooms, because remember before, everything used to be separate, right? Before, like, you know, male, female, you go into and say, it used to be separate.
And family. That's
And
normally the
family,
category,
literally,
isn't it?
and family, yeah. You got into and I say. So, honestly, yeah, Bekka, yeah. When I walked into the changing room for the first time and I realized this, where it's like you're seeing women, you're seeing little girls, you see everybody's all mixed up in the same changing rooms and all of these things. Honestly, as a father with my kids, even I'll be completely honest with you because I don't want to use my kids, but even if I walked in there by myself, yeah, I would, and I looked around and I would have seen,
uncomfortable.
Yeah.
I felt uncomfortable and just upset. Like, what? This doesn't make sense. Honestly, man. Like this changing room thing. Like, honestly, like even now, just talking about it upsets me because I'm thinking like, what's really like going on here? Because at the end of the day, it's like, once again, all of these things. Why bring it into other people's lives? Because, like you said earlier, it's like, imagine. Why do I have to compromise my beliefs for you to get what you want? You can understand that. You said something similar earlier. And once again, overall, in a nutshell, this is what sometimes I really don't get about the LGBT community because it's like, you some of the things they're doing is like, I need to compromise my beliefs. Like
This is the
the
thing
way of
that when I
life
say
to
about
accommodate you.
agendas, is it community on an individual level that's doing it, or is it an agenda on a higher level that's telling us how we need
That's
to
one of the
behave,
biggest
or
questions.
telling us what rights we need to be fighting for?
Higher level.
Yeah,
Let's
because I
fight
think
for
when
a
you
more higher level now.
when you sit down and actually have a real conversation and start unpicking things, logic prevails. You know, if you're talking to somebody who's relatively, you know, cognitively sound, then logic will prevail once you start to have that conversation.
It's actually true.
Yeah, because I feel it's like,
I start to question the community because it's
I
like,
guess when an agenda starts to restrict another's freedom, it's no longer about equality and freedom, is it? And if we, I don't want to keep picking at trans I have an issue, but we can just use that as a really kind of a simple way of explaining it. The rights of women, the rights of biologically born women are being overtaken by the rights of trans women. So a biological woman having to share a bathroom or a space with a trans woman, if you don't feel comfortable with that, your rights as a biological woman are being superseded by the rights of a trans woman, and therefore is that really equality? Is that really equity? It's not. It's not. I completely uphold your right to live your life as a trans woman, but I will always see you as a trans woman. And it's those kind of things where you're trying to make me go against logic. You're trying to make me go against the scientific understanding of what is and what. But they do believe it, because when you actually try and challenge and unpick it with them, they can't give you a concrete answer. And lots of my trans friends don't agree with this agenda at all. They see themselves as a trans woman. And so this is a new thing. That we're not trans women, we're women. This is a new thing, a new branch of the agenda. And sometimes I think they just, government or, you know, the think tanks and the powers that be just throw these things into the pot to just blow shit up again. You know, you're going to tell me that what my logic and my eyes and my knowing of self and humanity, you're trying to tell me that that's not the case. I fully respect your life, your right to live it, if that's your truth and that's the truth that you want to live for yourself. But it also respects my right to say that that's not the truth.
It's gone as far as even going into sports as well.
Yes, but they've started to cull that now. Have you seen? And that's good, because somebody who is born biologically a male is going to be stronger physically than a woman. Your muscle structure is built different, and that's just a fact of biology. And the fact that they were. This is why I think some of it is part of an agenda. It's like they're deliberately trying to cause divide by doing something that they know is not fair. You can't put somebody who is biologically stronger against somebody who is biologically weaker and call that equality and equity. That doesn't work. But they've been trying to convince the nation.
What a crazy dynamic.
Some of the women are speaking out.
People are frightened to go against the grain and say, you know, I'm sure I will get a bit of backlash from this conversation. I'm sure I will get a little bit of, you know, unappreciation from some of my trans allies and community, but it's the real of how I see the situation. I will respect your right to be a trans woman, respect my right to be a woman.